What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So there's a bit of growing concern that maybe we don't get the super fight September 13th in Las Vegas between Terence Bud Crawford and Scull Canelo Alvarez in September 13th. Mega fight, super fight, right? You don't get a lot of super fights in boxing anymore. And even in the past, they still was very sparingly, right? They were spread out, super fights, right? Because the sport of boxing is very top heavy. And when I say top heavy, it's because there's so many boxers in the world, but there's not a lot of great Hall of Fame iconic boxers, right? So with that said, you don't get a lot of super clashes, and you don't get a lot of fights like this one where Terence Crawford is going to jump multiple weight classes and challenge the bigger Canelo Alvarez, right? But the concern that's growing is that not because of Canelo Alvarez, not because of Terence Crawford, that we won't get the fight, but because of William Scull, the unknown William Scull, relatively unknown in the sport of boxing world, right? And because people are not aware who William Scull is, they automatically assume that Canelo's going to beat the Cuban fighter, William Scull, who's a southpaw, who's big, and he can box. He's not a power puncher, but he's a boxer, right? And that's what's alarming, and that's what's concerning for most people when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. We've seen Canelo Alvarez struggle with specific styles, particularly boxers, right? That are movers, that can control distance. And William Scull is unknown, right? Not too many people know who William Scull is. They're just not very aware of who William Scull is. Now, I watched the little fights that are available for us to watch with William Scull, and there's not a lot to see, right? And they put up this post with William Scull training. And most of the people that are watching the post, the Ring Magazine put it up, and everybody in the comment section is immediately saying Canelo Alvarez is going to walk through William Scull. And I beg to differ. We got to be careful. William Scull is being overlooked the same way we overlook Lamont Roach, and the same way Mike Tyson overlooked James Buster Douglas. Many fights, many big fights were derailed because of William Scull type of fighters that you know not too much about. And you take them for granted and you look past them. And there has to be an element of fighters. Canelo Alvarez is a human being. There's an element of Canelo Alvarez looking past William Scull, right? He's extremely big. He's a southpaw. He comes from that Cuban school of boxing. He can control distance and pace. He can make things extremely hard for Canelo Alvarez, unforeseen, that we don't know about, and it would be considered upset, one of the biggest upsets in boxing. But he's 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout. 32 years of age. He's 6 foot tall with a 73-inch arm reach. Similar skill set, similar physical traits of Jermell Charlo. Canelo, 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. 5'7" with a 70-inch arm reach, right? Are we looking past William Scull, right? Because you figure he hasn't had a knockout since 2021 in 4 or 5 years. So he's used to boxing and controlling distance, controlling the pace of the fight. That's what he does. Unanimous decisions, using his boxing ability. Southpaw, Cuban school of boxing. The thing about it is the pressure, the moment. Is the pressure, the moment, too big for William Scull? Is that going to hinder William Scull? Is that going to be the reason why William Scull ultimately succumbs to Canelo Alvarez. Because, again, we got to take this into consideration. When's the last time Canelo Alvarez had a knockout? That would be Caleb Plant. Right? He didn't knock out John Ryder. He knocked him down, didn't knock him out. He didn't knock out Jamel Charlo. He knocked him down, didn't knock him out. Right? He didn't knock out Edgar Berlanga. He knocked him down, didn't knock him out. All these guys are bigger than Canelo Alvarez. But were they intimidated by Canelo Alvarez is the question. Right? And the fact that we know that this big fight is, waiting in September, it begs the question, is Canelo Alvarez, he's only human. He's only human, right? Which means that Canelo Alvarez could be overlooking William Scull. Now, he's going to train hard. He's going to be in shape. But how motivated is Canelo Alvarez is the question. Is he extremely motivated for this fight? Or is he possibly looking past William Scull? Again, like I said, he's the constant profession like Floyd Mayweather, like Terence Crawford. He's going to be in shape. He's going to train hard. He's going to say all the right things. But inside, is he naturally overlooking William Scull? That's a question to be had. So while people are automatically can't wait to get past this fight to see the Terence Crawford fight in September, we better pay close attention to this fight because it just might be an upset in the making. Let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. We had Austin Trout, when he was relatively unknown and Austin Trout beat Miguel Cotto, right? And everybody was like, wait a minute. We wanted to see Miguel Cotto against this guy, that guy. And Austin Trout said, nah, I got other plans. Right? And all of a sudden, Austin Trout became a major player at 154, right? After he beat Miguel Cotto. Right? All of a sudden, Austin Trout became a major player. And then we started talking about Austin Trout and Canelo Alvarez, right? Because why? We didn't expect to see Austin Trout upset Miguel Cotto. We was already talking about Miguel Cotto and Canelo Alvarez, Mexican versus Puerto Rico. And Austin Trout had other plans. So, and then Austin Trout made a name for himself. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.